Welcome back to Portuguese Path, CIPLE A2 and Beyond, powered by prep2go.study. Today is Saturday, January 31st, 2026, and if you're on this journey with us, you know exactly why that date matters.
Oh, yeah.
We're 1 month into the new year, and for a lot of people, especially expats here in Portugal, that clock is kicking. This is it, episode 10.
It feels like a big one, doesn't it? We've spent the last 9 deep dives really in the weeds, grammar, verbs, culture. But today feels different. It feels like we're moving from the classroom to the locker room right before the big game.
That is the perfect way to put it. We're putting the textbooks down for a minute.
Yeah.
Today is about taking that deep breath, looking at the whole roadmap we've built, and giving those last crucial bits of advice before you walk into that exam room.
Absolutely, because you can know all the Portuguese in the world, but if you don't know the game, you can still lose. We're shifting gears from how to conjugate this verb to how to survive the day.
Exactly, because the CIPLE A2 is not just a language test.
No,
Okay.
it's a bureaucracy test. It's a stamina test.
So let's really get into that. Why are we putting so much weight on this specific test right now? I mean, on paper, A2 is just basic ability.
Supposedly.
Yeah, can you order a coffee? But it's become this huge gatekeeper.
It really has. It is the legal key.
Yeah.
The key to permanent residency, the key to citizenship.
Yeah.
And in 2026, you have to look at the context.
Right.
We've seen so many legislative changes, and there are all these rumors about the new TNIC test maybe coming later this year. So there's a real sense of urgency.
It's the whole devil you know situation.
Exactly. The CIPLE A2 right now is a known quantity. We know its weaknesses. We know how to beat it. So clearing this hurdle now, early in the year, is just, it's a smart move. Get that certificate before they change the rules again.
Okay, so let's look this devil in the face.
Yeah.
What are you actually walking into on exam day? The anxiety, I think, comes from not knowing.
Yeah, it's not some scary interrogation, but it is a marathon. You have to be ready for like a 4-hour experience. It's a long morning, and it's broken into 3 parts. And knowing how much each one is worth is, well, it's vital to your strategy.
Right, and the numbers are surprising. You'd think speaking would be worth more.
You would. But it's actually the smallest part. The biggest chunk, first up, is reading and writing.
Okay.
That's 45% of your total grade, and you get 75 minutes for it.
So that's reading some texts and then writing a couple of things.
Exactly. Usually a short message and a slightly longer letter.
Almost half the grade right there.
Yep. Then comes listening. That's 30% of the grade for about 30 minutes. And then finally, the part everyone fears, speaking. It's only 25%, and it's over in about 15 minutes.
Okay, 45, 30, 25. But here's the part that, honestly, it gives me nightmares for people. There's this rule, when I call the kill switch.
It's a harsh rule. You have to know
Okay.
it. So to pass, you need 55% overall.
Which sounds doable, just over half.
Right. Very doable. But, and this is a huge flashing red, you have to get at least 25% in each individual component.
Let's just walk through that because it's terrifying. You could be a genius. You ace the writing, you charm the examiners in the speaking part, your total score is amazing. But if you just bomb the listening,
You fail.
you get, say, 20% on just that one part.
You fail the entire exam. Done.
Right.
Even if your total was 80%. It's designed to make sure you're not just good at one thing. They want to see you're functional all around.
Yeah, it really raises the stakes. You can't have a weak spot.
You have to be good enough at everything.
Okay, so we know what the beast looks like now.
Yeah.
How do we even get into the arena? But the first fight isn't the exam. It's the registration.
Oh, absolutely. The Hunger Games of bureaucracy.
It's so wild. You'd think signing up would be easy.
Not in 2026. The main centers, Lisbon, Porto, they fill up. Instantly. We're talking hours, sometimes days. It's like trying to get Taylor Swift tickets.
I've heard those stories, people just hitting refresh for hours. So what's the hack? If everything's booked in Lisbon, am I just stuck?
Not at all. And this is the tip that saves people so much time. You have to look at the exam centers in Spain.
Right across the border.
Yep. Badajoz, Vigo. They follow the exact same CIPLE rules. It's the same exam. The certificate is identical.
That's brilliant. Just make a weekend trip of it.
Exactly. They have way more availability. You drive a few hours, take the test, have some tapas, and you're done.
I love that. Geographic arbitrage for your exam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there's another logistical trap. One that's so specific and so painful. The payment.
Yes, this is so important. When you finally get a spot on the website, which is a victory itself, you have exactly 24 hours to pay the fee.
One day. Just 24 hours.
24 hours. And if you miss it,
Yeah.
you don't just lose your spot. The system actually blocks you from trying to register again for 48 hours.
Ouch. So you're in the penalty box while everyone else is taking the last seats.
Exactly. It's ruthless. So the advice is, have your payment ready before you even start. Don't think I'll pay it later. Pay it the second you get the confirmation.
Okay. Logistics conquered. Let's talk content. We mentioned the kill switch, and it seems like the listening section is the one that activates it most often.
It's the dream crusher.
Why? Is it just the speed of European Portuguese?
That's part of it. You know how they eat their vowels? A word like esperar becomes sprar. It's fast. But honestly, it's not just the language. It's the environment, the actual room itself. You're not in a quiet booth with nice headphones. You're in a big classroom, maybe an auditorium. They play the audio over wall speakers. There could be an echo. Someone coughs. Chair scrapes the floor.
That's a huge factor if all you've practiced with is clean textbook audio.
Reality is going to hit you hard. That's why you have to practice active listening. Put on Portuguese talk radio while you're doing dishes with background noise. Train your ear for imperfect conditions.
Train for the chaos.
You have to. You need to train your brain to find the keywords even when the signal is messy.
I like that. Train hard, fight easy. Okay, let's pivot to writing. This is the other half of that huge 4 or 5% chunk. The advice here seems to be the total opposite of chaos. It's about being rigid.
Completely. The tasks are so specific. You'll get a really short message, maybe 25 to 35 words, and then a letter or email, maybe 60 to 80 words.
That's nothing. 80 words is like a tweet and a half.
It is, and that's the trap. People try to be creative, to show off their vocab. This is not the time for that. This is a functional test. You have to be mechanical and safe.
So, memorization is key.
100%. Memorize your opening and closing phrases. Com che poiores cumprimentos, to end a letter.
Right.
Those phrases look impressive, they're grammatically perfect, and they eat up word count with zero risk.
That's like 5 words right there.
Exactly. If you need 60 words and you have your opener and closer, you're already a good chunk of the way there. Just stick to the prompt, don't add extra details, keep it simple, keep it safe.
Don't invent problems for yourself. Okay, so now the speaking section. The part that gives people stage fright. But it seems like it might actually be less scary than it sounds.
It can be. The biggest relief is realizing they're not looking for poetry. They just want to know if you can function. Can you introduce yourself? Can you describe a simple picture? The woman is buying apples.
And you're not alone, right? You're with a partner.
Correct. You're paired with another candidate, and that completely changes everything. It becomes about turn-taking.
That's such an interesting dynamic. You're not performing a solo.
And this is where you can actually score points by just being a good partner. If you dominate the conversation, that's bad. But if your partner freezes and you ask them a gentle question to help them out, the examiners love that.
So helping your competitor actually helps you.
It does. The mantra has to be communication, not perfection. If you use the wrong gender for a noun, but they understand you and the conversation moves forward, you're going to pass.
That is such a relief to hear. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be understood.
Exactly.
Now, we focus a lot on the CIPLE A2 exam, but I know some people listening are just thinking, I can't do it. The pressure, the exam room, it's just too much. Is there another way?
There is, and it's a really valid path. It's called the PLA course.
Yeah.
Portuguese Língua de Acolhimento.
And how's that different?
The exam is one day.
Yeah.
Do or die.
Yeah.
The PLA is a journey. It's a course, about 150 hours. You go to class, you do homework.
So it's like actually going to school.
It is. And at the end, you get a certificate that's legally the same as the CIPLE A2 for citizenship. The trade-off is time. It takes months, not one day. But for someone with a flexible schedule who just has severe test anxiety, it's a fantastic alternative.
A much more humane way to do it if you have the time.
Yeah.
But for those of us sticking to the exam path, strategy is everything.
You can't just wing it. You have to train for the specific test.
And that kind of brings us back to the tool powering this whole deep dive. I really want to highlight why prep2go.study is so different. It's not just another vocabulary app.
No, and that's the key. You know, looking back, the biggest change in confidence for people comes from having a clear structure, knowing what's coming.
Right.
And that's where prep2go.study clicks. It's an exam strategy tool. It's the mock exams, the timing drills. That's what stops the panic.
It's a difference between learning how to play football and learning exactly how to take a penalty kick.
Precisely. Knowing what 25 words looks like on the page because you've typed it 10 times, knowing how fast that audio plays, it removes the element of surprise.
So when you walk into that center, whether it's in Lisbon or Badajoz, it's not the first time you've seen the format.
No, you're just executing a plan you've practiced.
Oh.
And that lowers your anxiety, which lets you perform better. It's a virtuous cycle.
So as we wrap up this whole 10-episode journey, let's just zoom out for a second. We've been so deep in the tactics, the word counts, the payment windows.
It's easy to get cynical about it, like it's just another hoop to jump through.
Yeah. But we have to remember the goal. This isn't just about getting a passport.
No, it's about integration.
It's about life after the test.
It's how you belong.
Yeah.
It's how you understand the joke at the cafe, how you chat with your neighbor. The government requires this because they want you to be part of the community here.
That's a much better way to frame it. You're not just hacking an exam, you're unlocking your life here.
Exactly. And thousands of people have done this. People who were terrified, people who were busy, people who thought they could never learn a language. They passed.
And so can you.
You can.
That is the thought we want to leave you with. Wherever you are on your journey, you can do this.
Be consistent. Focus on communication. And trust your prep. Boa sorte.
And until next time, ciao.